At a simple house party, I told a guy, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend." My boyfriend overheard, and everything spiraled out of control. He called my response flirty, demanded I delete my Instagram photos, and even threatened the guy. So tell me, was I wrong to break up with him? Let me start from the beginning. That night, I felt excited to go out. It wasn't anything big, just a house party with some mutual friends, the kind where people bring snacks, someone throws together a playlist, and the living room becomes this mix of chatter and laughter. I remember standing in front of the mirror before we left, fixing my hair, thinking, this will be fun. We haven't gone out together in a while. My boyfriend seemed in a good mood too. He drove us there, cracked a few jokes in the car, held my hand as we walked in. He even introduced me to some people I hadn't met before. He even kept his arm around me for most of the night. To anyone looking, we probably seemed like that picture-perfect couple, comfortable, close, maybe even a little inseparable. But here's the thing. Even before that night, I'd noticed little things. Times when his protectiveness didn't feel protective. It felt controlling. Like when I laughed a little too long at something a classmate said, and later he told me, "Don't laugh like that. Guys will get the wrong idea." Or when I posted a selfie he thought was too much and hinted I should take it down. They were small moments, easy to brush off, easy to excuse. I told myself it was just jealousy, maybe even a sign he cared. So that night, when this guy, let's just call him Thomas, started a light conversation with me, I didn't think twice. He asked me, "What are you doing next weekend?" Nothing loaded, nothing inappropriate, and I gave the most standard answer. "Sorry, I have a boyfriend." Clear, respectful, final. But of course, my boyfriend walked back into the room just then. He didn't hear the start of it. He only saw me, smiling, saw me saying those 5 words, "I have a boyfriend." To me, that sentence was a line in the sand. To him, apparently it was an invitation. When it was time to leave, Thomas gave a quick smile and said, "It was nice meeting you." Totally normal. But my boyfriend, he snapped. His face hardened, his voice dropped, and he spat out something like, "If you ever come near her again, I'll mess you up." The air in the room shifted instantly. Conversations stopped. Heads turned. My face burned. I wanted to shrink into the floor. Before I could process it, he grabbed my wrist, tight enough that it hurt, and pulled me out the door. The grip alone told me everything. This wasn't affection. This was possession. In the car, at first it was just silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. I could feel his anger radiating off him like heat. My chest was tight, my palms clammy. Then finally, he spoke. His voice was low, almost calm, but sharp enough to cut. "Do you think I'm stupid? Do you know what it looks like when you smile like that? Saying, 'I have a boyfriend,' that's not shutting someone down. That's flirting. That's you telling him, 'Keep trying when I'm not around.'" I stared at him, speechless. My mind was racing. Was he serious? I managed to say, "What? No, that's literally the opposite. I said it to end the conversation. How is that flirting?" But he didn't budge. He shook his head, knuckles white against the steering wheel. "Delete your Instagram photos," he said suddenly. "I can't stand the thought of guys scrolling through your pictures, saving them, looking at you. Just thinking about it makes me sick." I felt this wave of disbelief wash over me. My heart was pounding, but I couldn't just stay quiet. I said, "He was being friendly, and after you yelled at him, he completely backed off. Don't tell me what to do with my accounts. You're the one who owes him an apology. You threatened someone who didn't deserve it." That's when he laughed. A sharp, bitter laugh. Not amused, not playful. It was the laugh of someone who thought he had already won, someone who thought I was being ridiculous. Later that night, after we got home, I thought maybe it would blow over, but then my phone buzzed. A long, long text, the kind you have to scroll to read. I'll paraphrase for privacy, but here's the heart of it. Wow, so you're taking his side over mine? 9 months together means nothing to you? I thought you were the love of my life, the future mother of my kids, but you can't keep acting this way. You're too naive, a doormat. Guys are going to misinterpret you, and one day you'll get hurt because of the way you act. Then came the so-called sweet part. I'm only saying this because I care, because I want to protect you. I'm scared for you. I don't want anything bad to happen. And that's when everything clicked. This wasn't about love. This wasn't about fear for my safety. This was control. This was manipulation. He was dressing it up as care, but underneath it was blame. It was him laying the groundwork to say, if anything ever happens to you, it's your fault. I sat there holding my phone, reading those words over and over. And a part of me wanted to argue, to explain again, to reason with him. But another part of me, deeper, quieter, was finally saying, this isn't right. This isn't safe. So I typed back. My fingers were shaking, but my message was firm. Again, paraphrased, but it went something like this. If my boundaries are really that bad, then maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to reevaluate this whole relationship. Thank you for showing me exactly what I needed to see. He saw it. I watched the little seen checkmark appear, but he didn't reply. No apology, no explanation, just silence. And in that silence, I felt something I hadn't expected. Relief. Because in that moment, I realized the truth. The real danger wasn't Thomas at the party. It wasn't some stranger who asked a casual question. The real danger was the man sitting next to me. The man who twisted my words, controlled my actions, and made me feel guilty for things I hadn't done. Looking back, I see all the red flags. The little comments about my clothes, the way he sometimes checked my phone as a joke, the jealous tone when I mentioned a male classmate. At the time, I brushed them off. I told myself it was love, that it was normal, that all couples fight. But that night ripped the mask off. His protectiveness wasn't love. It was possession. His concern wasn't safety. It was control. His affection wasn't trust. It was fear. So I ended it. I blocked him. I leaned on my friends for support. I even saved the messages because deep down, I knew I might need proof one day. Was it easy? No. Walking away from 9 months of memories never is. A part of me still wanted to believe he could change. That maybe if I explained enough, loved him enough, forgave him enough, he'd finally see reason. But then I imagined the future. Today, it was Instagram photos and polite smiles. Tomorrow, it could be my clothes, my friends, my family, my job. Bit by bit, he would chip away until there was nothing left of me but what he controlled. And I refused to live like that. So I'll ask you, what would you have done in my place? Was I overreacting by ending it then and there? Or was it the only choice to protect myself? This is Drama Docket. Case closed. But the verdict? That's up to you.